Man, let's go, my people, back in the building tonight. See my girl Bella, already done checked in with your boy, Coach Tony. What's good with you, new grandmama? I like that. I like that. Man, welcome season 4, episode 408, as we continue to move forward and just rock and roll. It's your boy back in the studio tonight, the one and only Coach Tony. And I got my sidekick ride with me again tonight. We got a good topics tonight, so make sure you put your questions and your information in the taglines, so we make sure we get you out there. You know, as we start off the night, it is, to me, one of the most important, if not exciting, nights of the year, because it's the start of college basketball. And y'all know, if you know me, you know I'm loving me some college basketball. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about what a World Series, and we're going to talk about some good characters that's on that World Series last night that was ridiculous. I mean, can't stop talking. But before we bring out my sidekick, Val, you know what to do. Drop it.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Bounce the boys and Coach Tony, you know, it's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said bounce the boys and Coach Tony, you know, it's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast.
Man, welcome back to the Pull Up Podcast and your boy, the one and only Coach Tony. Make sure we knock out a couple of housekeeping notes. Please share the show. Please like the show, and more importantly, subscribe, and make sure your friends subscribe to one of the hottest sports podcasts in the country right now. Man, we check it in. You know, it's been nuts because baseball was America's favorite pastime. Then it dipped a little bit. Basketball took over, both college and pro. Then we had the pandemic. Then baseball kind of, sit by the wayside. But in the last couple of years, baseball has made a phenomenal comeback, and we're going to talk about that tonight. But we're going to bring my sidekick, the trusty Val, the voice Johnson. Welcome to the show, Val, my trusty sidekick. What's good with you?
Hey, how's it going, Coach? Woohoo!
Good. How was your weekend?
Busy.
You said busy. Like
I can't. It's called, you want to enjoy your last daylight savings times weekend as much as you can outdoors. And then Sunday night reality hit. It got dark around 5 o'clock.
Man, how bad did that throw you off?
Not too bad. I was okay. I was thinking about it. I said, this happens every single year. We get more sports and less sunlight. It's okay. I'm okay.
It threw me off.
Oh, it did?
Saturday, Val, I was struggling. Because my dumb self, I don't know why, I kept watching the clock. And I'm like, I'm up doing stuff. I'm watching the clock. And like, man, damn, it's 2 o'clock. Oh, wait a minute, it's just 1 o'clock. Oh, I got another hour. So, my mind, as my boys say, my mind was playing tricks on me. And it was nuts. Just back and forth. I don't think that I got to sleep till about maybe 3:30 in the morning.
So that means you did not get a good 1 hour extra sleep?
Nah, because on Sunday, got right back up. So it was crazy. I mean, so it just threw me off. And I was so mad. And then, how everyone always talk about you can never catch up and make up with the sleep that you lost. And then no matter how hard you try to do it, you're like, I'm going to sleep an extra 2 hours. Mate. Nah, you ain't going to do it.
And here's the thing. There's been an argument in legislature to just totally do away with daylight saving. So I'm wondering, not that any of this has to do with sports, but we just want to know. I'm curious. I think it would be cool to just send it away. But here's the thing. Do the farmers and people that provide our fruit and aquaculture, do they need the daylight savings? Because I think it was done for them back in the
I don't think so because
30s,
Val,
40s. I don't know.
you got to look at like Phoenix, right? Utah. They're a
Mhm.
mountain. Mountain never changes. So if you're in
Okay.
mountain, like when I go see my homeboy Mike that was on the podcast last week, whatever, like right now, they're now an hour behind us.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of being 8, it's 7 o'clock in Phoenix, as opposed to in spring, they're 2 hours, right? Because they fall back to the same time as LA and so forth and so on. And they have, trust me, no issue without touching a clock.
Yeah, well, I have to say this. We covered this last year. We did cover the World Series on last year. I think we covered it because it was music and there was some trending sports. There was some trending entertainment things happening.
Yeah, and it was our Dodgers.
Exactly. It was a Dodgers. So I think we are all excited that normally the dynasty in baseball has been the Yankees, where they've won back
Yes.
to back to back. But
That was
now,
actually one of my questions.
yeah, and now it's switched coasts, you might as well say. So how are you feeling about the Dodgers winning the World Series? I'm just gonna throw that out. And then this being the second year,
Like this West Side.
I don't know about all that.
Hey, let me tell you something. I had the Dodgers, and that was actually one of my later on questions I was going to ask you, or anyone, who did they have for the series for promotional purposes only? If
Here
you
we
go 3 months, when I was telling you around Labor Day, and because September is when you really start watching baseball, right? I had the Yankees, as you mentioned, because me and you were talking about that. You were saying how the Yankees were your squad, and I told you from the National, I had the Dodgers, not because of the Dodgers, but because of homeboy favorite. Nashville's own Overton High School, Mookie Betts. And the boy been balling. 2 at Boston, now 2 back-to-back at the Dodgers, and how fittingly he throws the last double play to get the out to win the World Series. Mookie Betts.
I need you to talk about the Nashville connection of Mookie Betts. You got to talk about that real quick.
Well, Mookie is interesting. He's a Nashville kid. My uncle, Thomas Thompson, bless his heart, is no longer with us anymore, passed away a couple of years. My uncle was very, very good friends with Mookie's parents and his mom. They all bowled in the same bowling league. And for those that don't know, Mookie is a hell of a bowler. So, like in the off season when me and you are going to play golf and guys are using the off season to work out or do whatever, Mookie's actually bowling. He's a hell of a bowler. He bowls some 300-point games. So my uncle always talked about this kid. I never forget. He was coming through the high school, watching him play at Overton High School basketball and in baseball. And, when my uncle passed, he always would just talk about, man, that boy Mookie gonna be something. So, bless his heart. He turned around and the kid is humble. And as humble as he can get. He doesn't throw his money away. Doesn't do a lot of stupid things. Got a lot of good friends around him. My old kids that played ball for us at Fist and Daryl Miller and Cam. Those guys are there hanging on his side and making sure that everything is great. And Mookie's just a good person. And matter of fact, and it's funny because I just seen him in a comedy skit the other day, Val. So I think the boy's trying to go to acting because he's going to be on a new series, or he was just on a new series of a sitcom. So he may be looking at, going in a different direction. He's already, sponsored by Jordan. So, hey.
I think this is a good thing. And here's the thing. Everyone knows that your life expectancy or your playing expectancy in any major league, you got anywhere, 10 years? A solid 10?
Well, it depends, because football, depending on the position, you got 2 to 3. Basketball, you got 5, and then you got here. But let me tell you something real quick. This kid story here. Overton High School, standout in Middle Tennessee, doing everything basketball, baseball. Baseball took off. Had an opportunity to go play baseball at University of Tennessee. But the Baltimore Orioles came, offered him a contract, turn down and go to college because baseball is different. What I love about baseball as opposed to basketball and football, Val, and maybe you know, or maybe not. If you take the baseball opportunity out of high school and you don't make it, then you decide to go to college, baseball will help you pay for that. So it's kind of, the kids is win-win. But Mookie had an opportunity to go, and he chose to go into the farm system with the Baltimore Orioles. And a few years later, he comes out. I never forget watching his first game. I actually watched his first game in the bigs, and he robbed Bryce Harper of a home run. And Bryce Harper, yes, Bryce Harper stuck one deep to the outfield, and Mookie robbed him of his home run. First day in the bigs, and it's been on since then. You know, at least that was the first game that I watched, and it's been amazing to then see him then grow, play multiple positions. Hadn't played shortstop, and I don't know how long, as he mentioned, and they move into a new position because he was normally an outfielder, and he comes in, and then the kids started really putting to work. But he's so humble. You never hear anything about him. He's got a beautiful wife, family, mom, and everybody. You know, they're really, really great. He's doing some things for Nashville. He's got also Mookie Betts AAU basketball, travel-based basketball program. You know, he's a baseball guy, and because of love of basketball, he uses his guy Cam. And those guys have done great things to get the basketball program rock and rolling, to give back to the community and for the kids here in Nashville, which is great. He does a lot of his programs. And, you know, Mook, when you get a moment, man, shout out to your boy, Coach Tony, man. Get on the podcast. Love to have you.
Yeah, and it would be really cool to have him on, because when you kind of told me about that Tennessee connection with Mookie, that's pretty good. He's here pictured with Magic Johnson and one of my favorite actors, Anthony Anderson. There was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of, I want to say, stars in both cities watching this series. And there was a couple of ramblings of, is Kendrick going to show up and perform? Is Drake going to show up and perform? Because it was Toronto versus Los Angeles, and I was curious.
Man, I didn't even think about that, Val. You know, so basically Kendrick is going up 2-0. Super Bowl now, World Series. He up 2-0. Matter of fact, he up 3-0. He got the Super Bowl, he got the World Series, and he got the #1 diss track. Man, hey, Drake, we come a little closer, like me and Val said. This might be over for you.
Wait, what might be over? What happened? What happened?
Everything, Drake, this might be over for him. Kendrick may have just crushed him. He up 3-0. Kendrick up 3-0 right now. One more, you know, it's best of 7. Kendrick up 3-0.
Okay. Because right, I didn't understand.
Right, see, he's head to head. He up 3-0.
Okay, all right.
And see, and the thing about it is, and your boy, the 47th, get one over the prime in Canada because the 47 get a win with the Dodgers. You know he's gonna claim that.
I guess. I'd love to know a little bit more about, because there's diversity happening on the Dodgers team. So if you could educate me on this young man who did very, very well.
Yamamoto. Let me tell you something.
Yamamoto.
You know, him and Ichi, man, they the both of them has been the bomb for the Dodgers. Aceto had a situation last year where his agent or his speech therapist who converts was extorting him for money. You know, remember everything went to trial. There was a big situation around that, and they were in the World Series. He won that case, and his speech person ended up having to do some time because he was embezzling money for gambling. It's always around the FanDuel and for promotional purposes only. And then Yamamoto comes out this year smoking. They get not 1, not 2, but 3 Japanese on this team. So I think, Val, they said it was the first World Series that they could remember that Major League World Baseball was played in 3 time zones. It was in LA, Toronto, and Japan.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. And I think it here's the thing, it's 2 different countries against each other. You have Canada
You got
against the
Canada,
United
US,
States.
and you got to add Japan in there because of who they are.
Yeah. But I'd say this is really good. And was he named the MVP of
Man, let me tell
the
you something.
game?
He
What
should have
about
been
your
named. He should have been named the MVP because of the work he did. Val. So hold on, something. Friday, they were down. Okay, they were down 3-2, 3-2, with with it just close to being put out 3-2. The Dodgers fight back Friday night. Long game, 19 innings, whatever. This broke a record, a tied a record of one of the longest games in baseball history. They went through rosters and pitchers and everything. And he pitches 9 innings Friday with 1 day of rest. And he comes back and give them another complete game to save the game for Sunday night. And he was throwing daggers. And even strike zone was expanded. He was throwing sliders, curveball, fan ball. Even in the end of the game, he's still throwing 97, 98 miles an hour. That's unheard of. You got to go put that elbow on some ice because I know it was hurting. But you're talking about an amazing. And here's what's so cool about it, Val. I was doing some research earlier. The top Game 7 games in history. You know who this game they say tops the most?
Would this be
Think about your beloved.
The Cubs?
Bingo. 2016 when the Chicago Cubs won that in 100 years, won their game. 28.8. Now, here's the funny part about it. Let's go back, people. Let's think a little bit. 27, 28 million watched the World Series, like think 87, 88. I know my White Sox was right around there. But as we went through COVID and then baseball was on a decline and people were bringing it back, the Cubs had 15.9, 16 million people watching the Cubs and the Cleveland Indians, of which the Cubs came back and won 4-3 to give the Cubs their first ring in 100 years, which solidified Chicago versus New York and LA because they gave all of our sports team a championship in the new century, right? We ain't gonna even talk about that. Then you get 2017 that had 28 million people watch that World Series. Then we go through the pandemic, and then in last year, 2024, the Dodgers win with 21.1 million people watching that game. And this year went 30 million people. So the question is on the table, Val, is the American favorite pastime game, is it back?
You know what? That is a very good question. And I think that is a question we should answer on the other side of this commercial. Oh, I should be doing that right now. Here we go.
Hey, I'm Coach Tony, and this is the Pull Up Podcast Show. For every Monday, we break down the game quarter by quarter and give you information as well as break down the coach. Join us on the Pull Up Podcast Show.
Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Val's the voice and Coach Tony, it's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said Val's the voice and Coach Tony, it's the Pull Up Podcast.
Are you a small business owner looking to grow? Introducing the Key Spot mobile app. I'm Cynthia McAllister, owner of the IT company Quality SAP. Since 2016, we have been supporting small businesses and help them promote and share their businesses, services, and events across the country. Key Spot is more than just an app. We are a network providing community. Key Spot, connecting communities and supporting small businesses.
Man, welcome back to the Pull Up Podcast Show with your boy, the number one only. It's Coach Tony, my sidekick, ride or die. Val, the voice Johnson.
Ride or live. Ride or live. We're going to ride or live.
We ride down.
Ride and live. Got to change the word. I don't want to die. I love my life. I love my life. I
Hey,
love
man.
my life.
I'm about to put some Tupac on to live and die in L.A.
Oh, no.
Man,
I want to
speaking of
live
that,
and live. Live and live in LA.
They had the parade today, which was crazy. Expected 300,000 folks. Let me tell you, me being from Chicago, Val and I both experienced the Bulls, the Bears, the Blackhawks, the White Sox, the Cubs. The fan pandemonium for the parades can be ridiculous. And as my boy Cass Springer said, what's good, fam? Shout out. What's good, man? We sitting in there. And oh, man, ask Cal, said, what's good? Ready to hear you guys sing you some love and light on everything, Val, the voice.
Of course. That's Ashley. And we want to send love and light to him. But definitely, they had their parade. That was today?
Today. In LA.
Oh, in LA? I didn't know that. Okay.
Man, here's the crazy part about it. So you get your four guys. You get Ohtani. Ohtani, ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying that Yamamoto didn't deserve and Mookie and Rojas. If it wasn't for Rojas hitting a home run, who he didn't even have a hit in previous 9 at bats, the Dodgers may not win this, right? If the ball doesn't get called for getting stuck under the mat in the outfield on that hit, and they call it a ground rule double, then there could have been an inside the ballpark home run or a move triple with no outs. So there's a lot of things that played, and as you know as well as I know, Val, to win a championship, especially back-to-back, it not only takes courage, it takes commitment, but it also takes a little luck as well. And the Dodgers had everything clicking back-to-back. And you mentioned a question as we went to the break. I sent you a picture. It's amazing that my boy, outside of Michael Jordan, second favorite basketball player is Magic. It's amazing to see MJ, the other MJ, Magic Johnson. And he returned my boy number around instead of 2-3, it's 3-2. See how they go together? You see what I'm saying? I'm not a mathematician. But it's great to see him buy into the Dodgers franchise, Val, and then be in position to not only help them rise, talk to upper management, because they said about during the pandemic, 21, 22, as he's getting into it, opening up the money, go get the players, right? Because he brought that basketball mentality to the Dodgers. You need somebody, go get them. Because at the end of the day, if you win, whether it be World Series, the NBA, the NHL, the NFL, whatever it may be, if you win, you not only win the money that comes with it, but you win majority of that TV rights money. That's big money,
Yeah,
Val.
I
Right?
know.
That's huge.
And here's the thing. I believe if we get this right, and I want to make sure I got it right, Magic Johnson is now won 16 championships.
That's crazy. And he became the first minority with Dave Roberts, the manager, to win a World Series. 2 black people within the same organization when it comes to baseball, a owner and a manager to win a World Series.
So let me run this down real quick. We got all right, NBA 10 rings as a Lakers player and owner, and of course you got the baseball 3 as a Dodgers owner, NCAA 1 at Michigan State, WNBA as a Sparks owner, and gosh,
soccer, yeah, MLS soccer.
I forgot about the soccer thing. So I mean, I had to go grab this because I was just thinking, how many rings does Magic have?
The funny part about it, I would have passed that test except for the MLS. I knew that he had 4 of the Lakers. I knew he had the 4 of the Lakers. He only got 4 because Mike got everybody beat except for Kareem, right? So I knew he had that, but then I knew he added the rings as an owner. And then I knew he had the WNBA because I knew he had the ownership in the Sparks when they won. Well, that was Lisa Leslie, right? I own Candace Parker with my boy Michael Cooper, right? At the Hams. You got to know that. That was like big time. But then I would have screwed up with MLS. I forgot he's part owner in that Major League Soccer league. That That is absolutely huge. Now, don't get me wrong. Hats go off to Toronto. Love you guys, man. Vladimir Jr., dog, you a beast. You were balling out there. I loved it. You were absolutely a beast. He was knocking the balls out the park, trying to do his part to keep Toronto in the game. But the Dodgers is, once again, Val, when you got, as they say, Lady Luck riding on your side, sometimes it's hard to beat Lady Luck. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to beat Lady Luck.
Yeah, and I think with all of the fanfare, it went 7 games. That's usually the title. It goes for 7 games in the World Series. Just to triple check that. Yes,
It's hard.
7
It's
games.
Hard to get 7 games. Now, again, this is the first 7 games since 2017.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're talking about almost over a decade ago.
Yeah, and here's usually now we always would joke about this with the Bulls and basketball. For LA to win on in Toronto, the World Series, I would have felt so weird. And I'm thinking about every Toronto fan that was there hoping that their team would pull it off and you would be able to celebrate the World Series at home. And the other team wins. But this is back-to-back championships for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Congratulations. I got a chance to this. What was that? You don't think it's a good thing?
Because, I think it's different. I remember when we won. I remember when we beat LA in LA. We took 2 at home and 2 there. I think, beating another team on their court is like a demise, like putting my foot on your throat. Right?
Well,
I'm gonna celebrate on your court. What? Now I'm about to bust this champagne in your eye.
And here's the thing. Usually when it comes to these championship games, ladies and gentlemen, they got printed shirts either way.
Yeah. Either way it go, you're gonna win or lose. But the cool part about it is they save money. They save money in the 90s because they already knew we were gonna whoop their ass, right? They already knew we was bringing the ring home. So, what's the one thing that the Bulls have in history that nobody else has? Do you know what that is?
You'll tell me right now.
How many games did you just see in this World Series? How many?
7.
We never played a game 7.
In Chicago? Oh, anytime Chicago was in the finals, we never played 7 games.
Michael Jordan never seen games 7. We're gonna take care of business in 6, baby. You see what I'm saying? we ain't doing 7. We taking games. We won those 6 rings in 6 and 6. We won those 6 rings in 6. Never played a game 7 ever. And the crazy part about it is, I know y'all gonna argue with me, and I know we talking World Series. If Michael Jordan's dad, the tragedy don't happen to him in the 93-94, when Houston went back to back. I know Coach Justin, you listen, but we would have probably reeled off 8-9 rings. I don't think there was anybody at that time. I like Vernon Maxwell, love him, love my boy, talk to Kenny the Jet, love him, love Elijah Wan, love Thorpe, love all them boys. They were not messing with us in the 90s. And Michael's in his prime. Now, he comes back and we lose to Orlando and Magic, and then we pick it up the next season. So we'd have won 8 rings. But anyway, not to go
right,
back.
so let me get Coach back on track. I need you to tell me about I need you to tell me about this gentleman right here.
Coach Dave Roberts, love him to death, man. Very humble, hungry, one of those managers that you want to play for, ex-Dodger himself. And it's great. It's great to see that he was in it for the guys. He listened to Magic Johnson. He helped bring in the people that he needed, Val, to win another ring. Sometimes we get bigger than our ego, meaning that I say, hey, Val, tomorrow night you need to put a hat on for the show. And then Val don't wear the hat. And then all of a sudden the show don't do well. But the next week she put a hat on and the show goes through the roof because she ain't listen. This guy listens. And the great part about it is, you always, Val, that's what the only thing I really had good with my players. When you find out that you can play for a manager or a coach that's also played the game and understands what he or she is talking about, man, you go through a wall because you know that they've been in the same seat that you in, and he's a champion, ex-champion, or not ex, former champion with the Dodgers. So it's great. And I'm glad to see Dave Roberts get his rings. And I'm glad to see the brother get an opportunity to hug Magic Johnson as the only minority duo to do it back to back.
Yeah. And I think it's most important that I don't see too many of color managers in Major League Baseball. I'm just sorry to say it. I'm looking at that. And here's the thing. I think earlier this year, March 10th, Roberts agreed to a 4-year contract extension with the Dodgers for $8 million per year, a new record for average annual value for a major league manager. So this is pretty major for Rogers, and we congratulate him as well as the Dodgers. And you said he listened. They made it again to the World Series. This is a good thing.
I mean, the cool part about it is that if you go back, right, and I know our focus was on the players and all this stuff, but you go back and watch their World Series and just watch the poise and how cool, calm, and collected, right? Cool, calm, collected. That he was. Substitution patterns. You know, hey, Val, we got the best Japanese that money can buy.
That sounds crazy. You know that sounds crazy.
Hey,
right?
It sounds like us back at Val, we got some weed choppers and we got some grass growers and some corn pickers. The best corn pickers that money can buy. But
when the win was, go ahead.
When the win what?
No, I said when the win was coming. I know you're saying that the manager is real cool. I got a shot here where he's hype. So I just, you're about to win. You can't contain that. You're about to win another. You're about to win another World Series. Woo-hoo.
You know what was cool about it? Did you hear his speech? He was like, "Listen,
I did.
I don't care about the players. I love them. I don't care about the management. I love them. I don't care about my staff. I love them. Who I care about is I want to thank the spouses, the girlfriends. Oh my God. No manager ever said that. He's like, they would ride and die with us. Man, Mookie's wife and mom and everybody was on the field kicking and chilling out and everybody's kid. And then Dave, did you see when the game was over? Everybody was, there's a picture. I wish you'd had it on part of the film. There was a picture. He was looking for his family. Everybody's celebrating Val. He's looking around and you could read his mouth. He said, where are they? Where are they? Where's my family? And he turns around and his daughter, his wife, they all pumping and they all cheering for him. They're right in front of the stands. They just took time for the security to let him through. Man, that's a man that, he's all in. He's all in. And it was great to see the Dodgers give it all back.
Yeah, so I'd say congratulations to the LA Dodgers. Like I said, I never seen a game to last this. What was it? 11 innings. Yeah. Series.
Friday night game broke a record. 1928. I woke up, went to sleep, woke up again, went back to sleep. Still like, damn, these boys have played 2 games.
They were. Here's the thing. When you come to the championship, you come to win the championship. Hey. So Toronto was not just going to go away. Like, no, we are fighting. We want this too. We want it too.
They would Drake, them OVO boys. They would say they had their balling. But what's so crazy is just
we have no idea what none of that is.
Hey, they know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Them OVO boys. But it was just great, and it was so good because I got my homeboy, Jason G, and my boy Dougie Fresh in Canada. I know y'all watching tonight. I told you I'm gonna shout y'all out tonight. Hey, I love y'all, but man, y'all can't mess with us, man, south of the border, man. We got too many squads down here. We got too many. But it was good to see because if Toronto had won it, that'd have been the first time in over 30 years, man. 30 that they would have won the World Series back in the early 1990s. So that was really good. Just glad the Dodgers did they thug thizzle. And I'm sure that Dr. Dre, Snoop, Ice Cube, and all of them was ride or die today. I'm positive that they was right. But by the way,
I'm gonna have to get you to change your terminology. Ride and live. I'm trying to live.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Magic Johnson, holla at your boy. That jacket that you had on was dope as hell. You just see that LA jacket? Man, Magic had this cream. Oh my God, he had a cream and Dodger blue, LA on the sleeve, 32 Magic Johnson on the back. Oh my goodness, that was, man, take that off and put it in the museum today, because it is, oh man, that was tight. That was real tight. But before we get out of here and change this on the dime, I want to know one thing for those out listening tonight, and yourself, Val. Who did you have in the World Series? I'm going to give you mine. I gave it to you earlier. I had the New York Yankees playing the Dodgers back at Labor Day. So if you'd have put your money on for promotional purposes only, you'd have got the Dodgers from me, and you'd have got the Dodgers moving on to the World Series winning. I probably would have paid a house note or a car note for you.
I unfortunately, when we say for promotional purposes only, I literally do not bet, and I don't know. So I don't know who I was rooting for. I don't remember. But like we said, congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers as we wrap up and go into halftime.
I remember I had the Yankees. Don't y'all sleep. Don't let it get out. She was like, "Oh, I'm all Brooklyn. The Yankees blue. I want the Yankees." So there was Yankee fans right over there, right there. Right.
I'm gonna come close. Come close. How many championships have the LA Dodgers won?
Let's take it. More than the Yankees, almost 9. Bam. Woo! 9, including the back-to-back. Oh, they playing some ball out there. And on that note, we're gonna take this break and we're back on the other side with the Pull Up Podcast show with your boy Coach Tony. Of course, that's my ride or die or my ride or live.
Ride or live. Thank you.
Val Voice Johnson will be right back on the Pull Up Podcast show.
Hey, it's your main man, right back at you, coming live here from the Rise Studios, and it's your guy talking about what? Pull Up Podcast Show. What is the Pull Up Podcast Show? It's a brand new podcast hitting your airways nationwide, talking everything on sports, from baseball, basketball, hockey, and then I tell you, we're gonna have a lot of fun. So make sure if you want your questions answered, you want to have fun talking a lot of sports, make sure you pull up on me, because it's the Pull Up Podcast Show.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up.
Also, for those that want to learn a little bit more about this right here, oh yeah, that right there, that's the Rise, NIL, talking name, image, and likeness. Those having opportunities, getting paid, you want to tune in to it.
Sports show, let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up.
Hey, Coach,
Hey,
we're back.
Man, I'll be on that podcast. I'll be balling on that. Man, let me tell you something. That was, again, great. Congratulations, Magic Johnson, Coach Dave Roberts, my boy Mookie Betts, Otani, everybody, Yakamoto. That was great. The city of Los Angeles, man, had to go off to you guys. Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, everybody else that's out there, Anthony Anderson, everybody, man. Y'all kick it, man. That was real good. But now it's basketball time. It's basketball time.
It is. Now, real quickly, you guys discussed this last week about some of the players that were caught up with the NBA scandal. But you now said yesterday, when we had a conversation before this show, you said there's a couple of other named former NBA players that have also been swept up in the FBI investigation. Now, who else we got? Who else we got?
Unfortunately, they've got our own Chicago's own Kevin Garnett just in question about everything. Not to say that he is a main player or anything at all. They swept Kevin Garnett up, in the rave for questioning with the situation. LeBron James' name was mentioned. I don't know if he had showed up at a car game or not. I know he's out on injury right now. And again, people, this is all allegedly. So none of this is, is brought to the FBI. This is all allegedly and what was going. And it's just, again, amazes me for the simple fact of the matter. I just wish these brothers didn't have to go through this betting scandal, and do what they have to do, because I still can't get it that, we spend the money that we spend, Val, to enjoy these games, go to these games, watch the games and everything else. And these guys are already making millions of dollars. And to think that they want to risk an additional situation to make a few $100,000 or $200,000 and maybe even an extra $1 million, and they're already millionaires, it just behooves me.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, maybe it's just the thrill of the gamble. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm excited because I'm getting ready to bet what most people make in a year in 2 hours of the game, maybe more, maybe less. But I don't know. It's kind of heartbreaking to hear about.
I really like how you put that. I didn't. If you don't think about it. Then these kids, some of these people are putting up your entire 1 year salary on one bet.
Yeah, and here's the thing for Kevin Garnett, and I'm trying to bring up his picture right now. We just got it. Here we go. Oh, it didn't come in.
And when you look at that whole situation, Val, is that and we're talking about $100,000. Again, don't get out of the picture. The scope of thing. One guy lost $1.8 million. I don't know a lot of people making $1.8 million a year.
I don't know anyone that's making $1.8
You got $1.8 million. You got probably a couple of beauty salons.
No, you might own a couple of franchises. You might own a Starbucks. You might own a Chick-fil-A. You might own something else. But Kevin Garnett here, what am I saying?
West Side, Chicago, West Side, baby. You can't be doing that. That's Farragut, man. That's Farragut High School, man. You put on for the shot, hey, Jeezy, man. I ain't even gonna believe. Hey, you know how we do in the shot. We take care of each other, man. KG, I ain't even believing it. So they can show me. Paper.
So according
supposed to be involved.
So according to casino.org, Kevin Garnett this is rumored to have been involved in a rigged poker game. And they're saying that they're investigating him along with two other former NBA star. He's a former NBA star, Kevin Garnett.
AG was a victim.
Yeah, and played in a private poker game organized by those indicated by the FBI last week. So they said, yeah, but here's the thing: Garnett wasn't named in any FBI indictments.
Correct.
Fortunately, the people that we discuss have been, but here's the thing: you can ruin an entire brand by this, implication. Like you even mentioned LeBron James, who I know his people are on top of this going, no, we ain't do none of this.
I ain't do shit but stop by the house. He had a pair of shoes in the trunk that I need to get. I was on my way to practice.
I dropped off chicken wings.
Yeah, I dropped off.
Yeah, it did not. Right.
That Pizza Hut. They got that Pizza Hut drop off at night. I was doing my commercial. You had to drop the pizza. But KG, same thing. Don't get me up involved in this. KG, come on, man. I got invited to a poker game with my homeboys where I thought we was playing Tonk. And then they pulled out the cards and we playing poker. But the crazy part about the whole thing, Val, and this is on a serious note, I don't think that they are done with allegedly bringing more people to the forefront. And I truly believe what is said and done, whether it's alleged or not, you're going to be completely amazed with the people that they bring that either in the NBA, that are coaching, that are referees, that are whatever, tied in. But the crazy part about this, and one of the dudes was talking to me the other day, we were playing golf. How many pictures from the mob have you seen?
Coach,
Because you know what?
you are not going to see. You're not going to see anyone from the mob either indicated or said or anything, because people will come up missing or missing body parts. So it's not going to happen.
For the Bureau or not. But the crazy, the 4 major Gambino families still running. And people, I was listening to this podcast the other day. People think the mob is going. No, they just doing things smarter
and quieter.
They got into the electronic game. They're into the investment game. They're in the Bitcoin game. Trust me.
And I hate to say this, all of this in FBI investigation is literally, I feel like, a major distraction from the bigger issue. But we'll touch that next. We'll touch that tomorrow night when we do the.
We'll touch it because you gotta look at it like this, Val. Here's the one thing that I do know.
Mm-hmm.
This go to show you about. They interviewed the CEO of Fanatic Sports today, and I'm not going to name the other ones, but 3 major sports betting parlors. One of which I use all the time for promotional purposes only. And I like how the CEOs put it. They said that this being Chauncey, Damon Jones, and everything else was a poker game, right?
Okay.
You cannot tie a poker game to sports betting. I never thought about it like that.
All right.
Because sports betting don't have poker games. So that eliminated all that about let's change how to do it. Now, the Rozier situation, right? The new word, 6'7", 6'7". He gave up insider information. Now we can put that piece part of sports betting because you are now telling friends of yours that I'm going to fake an injury and late in the game to come out several points before I hit the points that I'm supposed to get, i.e., Vegas got me for 25 tonight. Val, go drop 10,000 on me in the fourth quarter. I'm gonna pull out when I get 21. The odds is 13-1 that I ain't gonna get 25. You got 10 stacks on it. So you throw 10 stacks on 13-1, game over. You just collected 130 grand. Now,
that's a lot.
I don't know too many people that can put up that. And if I really got ball and I got money, I put up a meal piece and I walk out with 13 mil. I don't know too many people going to turn that down. But as we mentioned last week, Val, the algorithms, for those that want to get involved, the algorithms of sports betting is so tight that they saw the money paid out in the fourth quarter, Val, do like this, just skyrocket. And the computer
or AI,
yes, told them that something's not right.
And I think because of AI, because of the algorithm being studied outside of us, that's the telltale. That's the telltale sign to go, well, that's normal
for the future.
That's normal. That's not normal for this player to only score 21 points when he normally scores
25
or 25 or whatever that number is. So I
totally
get that.
He twisted his ankle, got it, and he's out. Or better than that, with Damon Jones' situation, Val supposed to give me 25. You know something? Hey, Val, you good? Come on out the game. She ain't hurt. Just check her out the game. Wait, hold on, coach. Hey, man, we down by 6. There's 4 minutes to go. Man, you good. Done for the night. Sit your ass on the bench. Hey, Ray, go and get, that's the problem. And the crazy part about it is now the backlash is what, Val? People think the entire league is rigged. People now, and the very next day, I don't know if you seen it because I saw it. They sent me an email, a text. The very next day on that Monday, they now got a class action lawsuit against FanDuel, MGM, Bet Online, ESPN. For now, if you bet these games during 2022-23, you now can be part of a class action lawsuit to say you get your money or a part of the deal back. They're suing these people. That is insane.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's no mobsters that's even been, there's no pictures of anything. Chauncey and these brothers, unfortunately, me and you talked about that a few years ago, right? What we say, orange is the new black. Orange is the new black for NBA and NFL players, whether it was a Me Too movement situation or whether it comes in the form of illegal gambling.
Yeah. And hopefully this changes things in sports betting. But here's the thing, the complete joy of just enjoying a game and cheering for, because like you and many others, you follow a lot of these players when they get started in college, when some of them, even before that, when they get started in high school, you might know who they are. You'll find out, oh my gosh, you're a first round draft pick.
Right.
And the joy of this betting is like you take it, it's stripped away from just enjoying a player grow from high school to college to the pros and beyond. And I don't want betting and this gambling mess to just totally remove the joy of and the love of the game. We hope that it doesn't do that. And like I said, it's disheartening for me. You guys are making millions of dollars, more than the women in the WNBA. You could possibly help them out, but just do not. The joy of the love of the game. We don't want that taken away from betting gone awry. And like I said, I still think it is a distraction from the real issues that's happening in America, but we will leave that alone.
But the part about that hurts me on that, Val, you just hit a couple of points. And that is these guys, athletes. And as you mentioned, I get an opportunity in a unique situation. I sometimes get an opportunity to see these kids before they become professionals, right? And they play high school ball, traveling with me throughout the summer, traveling with other teams, knowing other coaches, making phone calls, opening doors, putting kids across different schools across America. And then they become NBA guys. I hate it because it's us. And when I say we as a minority group, there's only three things that I know that we can do at its highest level and we all win. That is sports, music, entertainment. And when we get one of those knocked off those pedestals in those arenas, it's kind of like a blow to the whole community, right? Not just because it trickles down. Because our good buddy who watches the show, Megan, my classmate, like her son struggled. We try to get him an opportunity. We know he can play D1. We know he can play D2, but he ended up playing D3 ball, but he's good. He was academically sound. But for a kid like that, who now end up in St. Louis, Kansas City, Missouri, going to school, which is great, but we know he should have been at a UIC, right? We know he should have been at a Loyola. We know he should have been out of Lewis University. It's something symptomatic, but he's not. Why? Because the lay of the land for these kids, and I keep telling you parents, listen to my voice. If your child, son, daughter, nephew, niece, grandson, granddaughter, whatever, friend of the family, if they have an opportunity, allow them to take it. But as a parent or overseer, get involved, understand the business, understand where the money is coming from, Val. And if you can do that, you stand a better chance, just like our boy, right? Jalen Hurt, just like our boy Durant. They all got women, just like our boy Lamar Jackson. They all got their mama, their aunties. They got women running their shows. They keeping them in charge. Not to say women is better than men, but these women are close to the family. So if Val is my sister, I'm going to look out for her like I'm not going to do my next door neighbor, right?
Right, exactly. And let me do this real quick. Yes, he gets into it, so I have to just do those things. So yeah.
That's what it is. And speaking of rolling, man, did you see the best day of the day, the opening of the women's basketball season? And we already got an upset. Number 16, Baylor knocked off number 7, Duke today. I watched that game. Oh, what a hell of a game. Great game. It was crazy. What Mr. Kevin say? Mackenzie Scott invests $118 million in the education of Howard University and Spelman College students. But you know the funny part about that, Kev? The investment, I just need some more specific. Was it academic investments? Was it athletic investment? Because that's a different type of investment.
Okay. And thanks so much for that. Mr. Springer. He is the article that he got that fact from. It comes from thegrio.com, and we'll definitely look into that. I mean, investing in the students, especially at HBCUs. I remember you were telling me that you wanted to do a focus on HBCU college.
I am not want to. I am. For those that are listening to my voice, I'm going to put it out here tonight to let you know that the Pull Up Podcast show is always turning support. If you have a cousin, a nephew, a niece, a brother, a sister, son, daughter, anything of that nature who's at an HBCU, we're going to start with the Pull Up Podcast during the wintertime, during basketball season. We're going to have the HBCU Hour week. So we're going to invite a kid. Doesn't matter what sport. They don't have to play basketball. They could be a tennis player, a volleyball player. But if you got a kid at an HBCU or you got a friend of somebody that you know, please pass the word on immediately. And they're not getting, as we say, their kudos, as me and Val say, getting their flowers, then let us know on the Pull Up Podcast show. And that night we'll bring them on with me and Val the Voice. And we're going to talk about it. We want to give them their flowers online. We're going to make sure we pump up. And I have a kid. I'm not going to give it away. But he'll be on, I think, next week. He couldn't be on tonight because they open up. But we got a kid, special guest coming in from, oh, by the way, those Rattlers in the house, FAMU. HU, Florida A&M University. I got a kid that has a special story, Val. He will kick off our HBCU week. Those are I want to make sure I give it back to HBCU because they don't get enough love around here, right?
No, they don't. No, they don't. And I think one of the reasons why you want to make sure that you talked on tonight about the college kicks off, NCAA college kicks off tonight. I think there's a double hitter happening in Las Vegas tonight with the men.
I watched the Paris, Vandy played earlier today, love it because they're right here in Nashville, Tennessee with me and Coach. I know Coach very well. I love going to sit down, watch the games, practices. Duke got knocked out by Baylor. In Vegas, I got to do better, Val. Vegas has been picking up a lot of basketball games. And it's been, I don't know how the hell the New Orleans hotel and casino, because they old. But them and MGM have been doing a great job of putting these basketball games on. But I got to get out to Vegas for some of these tip-off games. Those are great.
Yeah, and I think tonight that's what I think it's happening today or tonight. And let me go ahead and put this up because I did all my little research because Val has to research. But the Gators in Arizona,
Villanova and BYU.
So those guys are playing, and this kicks off the season. And very excited to know and see that. And let me get here we go. I always hear Coach talk about the ACC, the Big 10, the Big 12, Southeastern Conference, and the Pac-12. This year or in this season on 2026, the national championship is going to be in Indianapolis.
Hey, and let me tell you something. I got to get in touch with my homeboy Mike Drew. You know, we made a pact to each other, Val, 1998, right? Not to date ourselves. But our pact was anytime there was the NCAA tournament on I-65 to 75, we was going. That means anything from Chicago to the A. You know, we have not yet missed an NCAA tournament in Indianapolis, Louisville, or Georgia. Not yet. Not yet. And that's been great. Wow. And as we get this new Titan football stadium built in Nashville, I'm sure Nashville will be the next target for an NCAA tournament. I cannot wait. But I want you to put up the prediction sheet that I gave you. I said earlier, women. Let's do women first. We talk about the women's prediction in terms of going through this season. The women's basketball game this year is going to be phenomenal. Now, I know Val understands I talk about this one kid all the time, Juju Watkins from USC.
She's not going to be playing this year. Why? I want to ask you about that.
Yeah, she's got an ACL surgery. She's down on a knee injury, Val. So unfortunately, she is out. But I love what she's got. USC is still pretty strong. They put a couple kids in the WNBA. It's going to be great. So it's going to be interesting because I love, when you go back and look at Dawn Staley's book of work, Aaliyah Boston, what she's done, Asia Wilson, you know, has now become the quintessential Hall of Famer in the WNBA. Dawn Staley is on a whole nother level. And but for whatever reason, she just can't seem to get around Coach Gene Auriemma at UConn. So, you know, it's going to be very interesting this year with a couple of players moving here, moving there. The Illini will be good again on the girls. My boy Corey Allen, his daughter, Corey Allen. The dad's name is Corey Allen with a Y. Baby girl is Corey Allen with an I. She's at University of Illinois, Val, so shout out to her and should be doing some big things. And Corey, man, shout out to you here in Nashville for doing a phenomenal thing with your daughter. And I think, Val, you know, I'm looking at the preseason. I don't know if you're going to put that prediction screen up that I had, but I think that you're going to look at Dawn Staley will be back with South Carolina. I don't think anyone will stop her. I think that Gene Auriemma will be there with UConn, so you'll get both of them. I really like what UCLA has. I know USC is going to be young. Without Juju there, it's going to be a little different, but UCLA is going to be back. But my underdog, believe it or not, to win this year, man, I'm telling you guys right now, if you have not watched the University of Texas women's basketball program, you are sleeping because Texas has got some dogs and they're going to be ready to shoot this year. Women.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately I'm having some real issues bringing up the stats that you have. It didn't come before, and so I'm just taking a look at it right now. I had a question about who did I have a question about? Lauren Betts, UCLA, and also Olivia Miles, and at Texas. What can you tell me about those two young ladies?
So Betts at UCLA is what I just mentioned. UCLA will be back. So if you want to listen to Coach Tony for promotional purposes only, this is as the season starts, so the odds should be high. So I'm saying a simple $100 bet may bring you $5,000 or $6,000. But my final four, and you can check me through the season, I got UConn, South Carolina, UCLA, and Texas. I think Betts is going to be the most difficult player. She's 6'7", 6'8", with UCLA. She's a beast in the middle. I don't think they stop her at all. I think she gets what she wants, and I think UCLA is going to be a tough put out, especially with Juju Watkins being hurt in the Pac-12. I mean, in the Big Ten, rather. I apologize because they're in the Big Ten. So I think it's great because Betts has got a road. I think everything grows through her. Miles, love Miles.
Okay.
Woo! Miles, oh my God. That's she go back there with number 35 at Texas. She's a beast. Oh my God, she can give them to you. She got the gloves on. She coming like a young Mayweather, right? Put them up. No, hey, in the words of Eddie Murphy in life, there are gonna be some consequences and some repercussions. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, I got my money on Texas this year. I like UCLA to knock them down. It's gonna be 2 upsets. I don't think that Gino or Don makes it to the championship game. If they do, I think Texas or UCLA, but I'm really leaning towards Texas. I like them because they're bringing back a heavy junior senior group, Val. They're not having to reload. You know, when you're in South Carolina and UConn, you have so many upperclassmen go pro that you don't have a chance to reload. In UCLA and Texas, those girls are not in that situation, so they're going to be upper class heavy.
All right. Well, I'm excited to hear about them. And you covered the gentlemen too, right?
No, and we ain't talking about the boys. Oh my God! So
let's get to the boys. Let's get to the boys.
Inside the house, that is going to be crazy. I mean, tomorrow night opens up the men's side of the house. Tomorrow night in the NCAA, and they got it. You know, Duke jumps off tomorrow night, and I like what Duke has got. Duke has got another good squad that they've got. But when you're looking at the overall men, I'm going with my Big Ten. I'm going to call it a double. If those that play a parlay bet and had the Dodgers, and then you move on to college basketball in the NBA. I think the Oklahoma Thunder repeats this year. College basketball and the men, I think Purdue University and Matt Painter, my boy, get it done. And by the way, Val, that's our guy Walter Jordan's alma mater, right? That's Walter Jordan's alma mater. He played at Purdue. I think they get it done this year. And then I just gave you Texas for the women. So if you put up a trifecta, I give you Oklahoma, I give you Texas on the women, and I give you Purdue with the men, national champs.
Yeah, and according to what is this? Oh yeah, I did a little digging. Braden Smith and Trey Kaufman from Purdue. They seem to be
the hard stop. They're going to be hard stop.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that, and of course,
but our line not going to be in that, Val. I got the line our top 10 in the nation.
Well, that's good. That's good. So, Indy 2026. When things wrap up, you stay tuned to Coach Tony if you want to know,
please.
and please don't. Have fun if you're going to bet, but for promotional purposes only. These are just some of the predictions he has.
And I'm telling you, get your tickets to Indy because me and Val gonna try to get down to Indianapolis. I'm telling you right now, don't beat me there. Meet me there.
So some of the dates that came out of NCAA.com. Thursday, April 2nd, we got the semifinals happening. Saturday, April 4th, the national semifinals is happening, and then of course the championships, April in Indianapolis. So we're excited about these things happening.
Is that the women in Indianapolis or the men?
That's the men that's in Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, I love it. The last time I went up to there, man, every time that I've gone to Indianapolis, I've seen Duke, right, and Butler there. I've seen our beloved Michigan State and Killeen. Oh, I love that Michigan State. Tom Izzo won in 2000 over Florida. And I recall all those games. I was just at Val. It's just wonderful. Where are the women going to be? Where's the women Final Four this year?
That's a good question. I had it up and then it disappeared that quick. I believe they are going to be in Phoenix.
I ain't going to. I'm being in Phoenix. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be in Phoenix.
Hey, you Mike, are? You going to Phoenix to see the girls?
We're going to see Mike Drew, my boy. We're going to cut up. Man, what? Hey, hold on, let me think. Like March, Indianapolis in April and cold, or Phoenix and it's nice and hot. I think I'll be in there, Phoenix. April in Phoenix is going to be beautiful in the 70s and 80s. Oh my God, that's a week. That's 4 days of playing golf. What?
So you're gonna play golf on top of everything else.
Oh, no, we playing golf. We kicking it for promotional purposes only. And oh my goodness, I ain't even gonna talk about that. Well, I'm in Phoenix, but I'm gonna send you the Indianapolis report. I'm gonna go report on the girls. You go report on the boys. That's what we're gonna do.
So yeah, so the Final Four for the women will be in Phoenix. Let me go ahead and do this and give a nice little uppercut ball. I need to talk about this before we go. But I'm so sorry, but before we do that, let me do this. Where are we at? Here we go. Week 9 of the Bears.
I'm so mad. I should be like Jay Smith. Had my Bears hat up here ready to go. I should have worn my Bears gear. Oh my goodness. Caleb. Hey, listen to your boy. Funny, I got an opportunity to meet Caleb early season, preseason. Matter of fact, when he was home. Was out and about and just bumped into him. He was a really cool kid. But man, I told him I love how he played.
You'll be bumping into folks like Caleb, really?
Bumping into him. I should have been like, look, dog, bump it on the podcast, dog. Bump up on the podcast. But listen, the Bears, over 1,000 yards of offense yesterday, 45 points on the board. And Loveland, man, my man, little man, Loveland, he ain't little man, big man. Man, he caught the pass across the middle, took it to the house, his house. The Bears put themselves back in the contention to go to 5-3. Val, we back in the mix. And Minnesota and Detroit played head to head yesterday. And Green Bay lost. We are back in the mix. Bears are back in the mix in the NFC North, which is the best division in football right now.
Yeah, so this is dedicated. This section is dedicated to my girl Princess. She's got Bears Nation. She plastered it across her Facebook.
Princess. Let's go.
Princess is about the Bears, and when she sent me a message, yeah, even with her having some issues, she was like, "I was cheering for my Bears, but she had to get healthy." But she was like,
Val,
"They won. They won."
You know what she's singing?
What?
She's singing now. Hey girl, bring your ear to the microphone, girl. She said, "Bump the mother, cause I'm down with my. Bump the mother, cause I'm down with my. Bump the mother, cause I'm down with my."
No, this is your podcast.
It's no limits.
No. I need you to clean that up.
She got that Master P, that No Limit Soldier.
She does not listen to rap music. Princess does not listen to rap music.
I got the No Limit Soldier. I thought I told you. Man, come on now. Hey, man, Buffalo. Hey, she with the Bear Nation. But the mother down with my. Come on, Val. You know we right.
I know who that is, but I know Princess. She loves rock music. She likes Rick Springfield. Sorry.
She better get out there with some really hot chili peppers or something. But we gonna put it. We gonna put the headphones on so she can bump that Master P. You know them No Limit Soldiers be like this, Val. No, hey man, come on now. Hey, how did your boy? I know you like the rock music, but we're gonna get you up on it. If you're gonna be a Bear fan, you gotta be a Bear fan. You gotta be able to chop it up with your boy.
I'm just saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, this wraps up our wonderful pull-up podcast show. We love you, but of course, Coach is gonna let you know what he does as he helps the up and coming athletes.
Man, let me tell you, Val picked up a new client this week. I'm excited. Yeah. Asking for some sponsorship. If you're a brand, you want to work with some of my clients, please reach out to me at www.rizenil.com so we can work with you and talk about that. It's great. Big shout out, Val. Haven't talked to her. Got to get on the show. Malika Chinyeri, our tennis player, our tennis superstar that we've been carrying on the show since she's been in 8th grade, now in Florida doing major things. She's playing big time. Her dad Stan and Mama Colette. Peace out for you guys. I appreciate you. I'm glad I'm on the marketing side of the house. I'm glad to be part of the family. And we're gonna turn some big heads, but this is an opportunity to show you how the Rise help our players unleash their entire potentials to be the best that they can possibly be. And with that, we bring in the money, bring the brands. The brands want to be opportunity to be out there and get an opportunity to push the brand forward. And we make sure that our athletes have an opportunity to do it. So if you want to find out a little bit more about how you can help your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, or you're just a friend of the family, please reach out to us at www.therisenil.com or hit your boy Coach Tony on the gram at the Pull Up Podcast Show.
And of course, more information about the Rise NIL.com is in the description of this particular show. And of course, I've written a book called A DJ Saved My Life. Gosh, and we have print copies. I'm about to sell out though. I'm about to go.
Hey, she about to sell out. Now, hold on, let's back up. She ain't a sellout. She about to sell out. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm about to sell out. I'm going to the ATL. And I'm about to sell out the books. That's what we doing. So I might have to come on in next week. I'm sold out.
if they sell out the books, can they do the audio?
That's coming. I am so hyped. I am working on that as we speak. And of course, there is print and merch at PureLighthouseMedia.com.
Get the merch.
Go and get the podcast,
merch. Get the merch. Get the ass. Gotta beat it.
Get the merch. Get the merch.
Man, you gotta be Michael Jackson and beat it.
We always have fun, and I'm very grateful to Mr. Springer, who is in the chat.
Hey, Springer.
We always ask. We always ask. He was the one that came up with the great ideas and some of the things that we reviewed on last week. Well, this week we will be back chit-chatting about, is Gayle King leaving CBS Mornings?
What? Man, that's my homegirl. Matter of fact, man,
you love that show.
When we get out of the show, I'm calling Oprah tonight.
You are not calling Oprah. You know she ain't gonna pick up the phone because she don't know you.
I know Oprah. It's 9:30. It ain't number 6 o'clock in Hawaii. Oprah picking the phone.
No, she does. She does not know you.
Oprah. Hey, I met Oprah. She thought, off of a Division and Rush back in the day. And the dude looked at me because I had my hair cut. So he used to call me a twin of Arsenio Hall. And me and Oprah, at the time I met her a couple times, it was funny. Got to tell you that story. But I'm calling Oprah tonight. Oprah, hey, answer the phone for your boy.
She's not going to pick up the phone. I'm just going to let you know. I'm just putting it out there.
Leaving Gayle. Gayle can't leave.
She's not picking up the phone. So I hate to hurt your feelings, Coach, but anyway.
Hey, she didn't pick the phone for them, but you know what I got on them, Val? Tennessee State. I got the HBCU in my pocket and the shot. So me and Oprah mentioned, because she know what that. And Oprah, hey, I've been up to your daddy barbershop downtown on the north side of Nashville. Come on now, talk to me. What?
Coach, you don't know nobody's uncle.
Hey, I ain't capping. Come on, Nashville. I'll take it to the barbershop. Hey, and for those that don't know, we off DB Todd in Nashville. We coming up on we put it out. Hey, Slim and the Huskies are right across the street. Not the street, but the street.
Can you spell that? And is that in the Webster Dictionary or Webster?
That's in the Webster Ebonic Dictionary. SKRE.
No Ebonic Dictionary.
We're in the street.
All right.
We outside. We outside out here, man. What? Man, we outside. Come on, man. I stay outside. What? They already know me. Hey, thank you guys for pulling up on us tonight on the Pull Up Podcast. So with your boy, the one and only Coach Tony, man. Again, if you are at an HBCU or you know somebody at an HBCU, hit your boy, Coach Tony, on the in the gram at the Pull Up Podcast Show and let me know who they are. Leave me the information. I'll get back at you so we can get them on the show so we can start this HBCU hour. I can't wait. Val, it's been great, man. I love when you ride it out with me. You know what I mean?
Ride or live.
Southside. We out. Peace.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Val's the voice and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said Val's the voice and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. Kev is the engineer. Val is the one you hear. Hey, Coach Tony got the sports show. Let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said Kev is the engineer. Val is the one you hear. Hey, Coach Tony got the sports show. Let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast.